What it do, YouTube? Your boy Playoff Don is back with another video. For before I get started, I do want to hope everyone is enjoying the NFL season. Excuse me. Hope everybody's enjoying the season. I hope your team is doing well. If not, hey, look, brighter times are ahead. The draft is right around the corner. No, it's not. No, it's not. But just keep thinking that way. It all gets better if you're winless. If your team is winless, eventually you will get a win, and it's gonna feel great. And brighter days are ahead. For the if your team is not doing too hot. One team that's not doing too hot is a team I'm going to be talking about today. For the most part, is a team that played on Monday night. These real quick. NFL prime time. It really has not been that good to me, at least. No, not at all. It's been a lot of defensive struggles, a lot of bad offense taking place, a lot of dominating performances in these primetime games. Not too great. The New York Football Giants have had 3 primetime games in the first 4 weeks. I know why. Because it's the Giants. It's a huge media market with an enormous fan base, and they get ratings. They get ratings when they're on the TV. They just do. And they had a good season last year. NFL wants to push that as much as possible. So they are gifted 3 primetime games to start the season. And they've all been bad. They've been humiliated and embarrassed and outplayed and outcoached in all of them. It's been very rough for the New York Giants. And the latest thing we've seen is this past Monday night against the Seattle Seahawks. The Giants fall 24-3, I believe. It was 21-3 when I turned the TV off. I know that. And it's been a mess for the Giants. Real quick, I do want to shout out the Seahawks. Their offense wasn't as crazy explosive as it usually is, with Geno and those playmakers. But they didn't really have to score that many points because the Giants were just so inept on offense that even though I thought New York's defense was doing a pretty good job getting up in Seattle and not letting them get those super explosive plays off. But I do want to shout out Seattle first because they're doing their thing. They're 3-1, I believe. Yes, they are 3-1. They're doing their thing. They're still hanging in there. Geno is a good quarterback. I think we can lock that in. We got a whole sample size from a year ago. Coming into this new year, that was one of the questions for Seattle. Is Geno going to turn back into a pumpkin? He's not. He's good. He's solid. Geno, they had a little hiccup week 1. Other than that, Geno's been great. And Seattle, looking like a playoff team again. And, oh my God, Devon Witherspoon, what is it, fifth overall pick? I believe. 5th overall pick out of Illinois. Cornerback. Oh my God, man. He is so good. He is so good. He took over that game. And he's so physical. They had him in the slot the whole game. They were sending him off the edge. He's so physical. He's so smart. He just knows the play, it feels like, before the QB does or before the receiver does. He's so good, man. He had the huge pick 6. Witherspoon's going to be a stud in this league, man. And he's been great all season. He was great in this game. I'm happy for the guy. But Seattle's defense looked incredible, and I think we know they're not. And a lot of that had to do with the Giants. The Giants look like a mess. they look like a mess. And it's pretty disappointing because it was really promising. It was really promising a year ago. They had a real identity offensively. Like they knew who they were, they knew what they wanted to do. They played good, sound defense on the other side. They were getting after the quarterback. Brian Dable scheming up these designed runs for Daniel Jones. He really maximized Danny Dimes, and he had a great season. And the Giants were a tough team, a tough physical team. They had a real run game with Saquon, and it was good. It was a very promising year for the Giants. They also had an insanely light schedule. We don't have to talk about that. They made the playoffs. They won a playoff game. They were great last year. It is all falling apart insanely quickly for New York. They get murdered by the Cowboys. They get murdered in the first half by the Cardinals. They did fight back. They scored 1,000,000 points in the second half and barely won that game. Murdered by the Niners, and then just embarrassed again tonight. Not tonight, sorry, a couple nights ago. That was one of the worst offensive line performances I think I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not exaggerating. I think a lot of people would tell you that. 11 sacks for Seattle's defense in that game. 11 sacks. Seattle does not have any star pass rushers. They don't. But they were sending a ton of heat because they're not afraid of the scheme anymore. The Giants don't look creative on offense at all. Like, it's a complete flip from a year ago. I know they don't have Saquon, and they don't have a lot of guys. They don't have Saquon. They don't have Andrew Thomas. It's been very, very nasty. And I hate to say the season's already over, but to come from this to, what you were a year ago, that's, man. And they got Danny Dimes out here playing completely uninspiring football. And whenever the Giants lose in prime time, these conversations come up again. The $160 million man, where's Daniel Jones? He needs to show up. All this huge debate on X comes up again. And it's like, hey, man, look, as far as the Daniel Jones thing, he played well. He played very well last season. That's all the Giants had to see, really, was him play well for one season, and they gave him a fat 4-year deal, $160 million, kicks in next season, I want to believe. And, boy. Like I said, very uninspiring. The thing with Daniel Jones, he's not a bad quarterback. No one who really watches football will tell you that Danny's a bad quarterback. He's not. But there's a lot of Jones defenders, and I think they're still hanging on because of his, it's like his athleticism is kind of still giving people the idea that he's like this, like, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like he's an athletic quarterback, very athletic, and really good running threat. And that's like some dynamic that he brings to the table that not a lot of other QBs have. And therefore people seem to think that he's more valuable than he is, if that makes sense. He's not a bad quarterback, but when the offense is falling apart like this, the thing that people keep coming back to Jones is he's not that kind of guy that's going to elevate the situation. Like, your whole O-line is beat up, your running back's out, the defense is getting cooked on the back end. Everything's falling apart. Danny, can you pull us out of this? That's what the elite guys do. That's what the top guys do. Danny, can you pull us out of this? Can you overcome the terrible protection and the receivers not getting open? Can you overcome that and make us a competitive team? And he's not doing that. He's not. He kind of just adds to the problem, really. He's oblivious in the pocket. Like his ball security in the pocket has always been a problem with him. It's better than it was when he first starting, but it's still there. Like he stares down his first read. Devon Witherspoon after the game in his interview is like, we know Danny's not going to come off his first read. A rookie said that. That was the game plan for Seattle. That's you like nobody says that about the top quarterbacks, you know. No, Danny is not the problem. He's not the problem in New York, but is he the answer though? Is he the answer to your problems? That's why people criticize Jones and critique that contract. And if you don't have that guy, when you have seasons like this, if you don't have that guy to pull you out of those nasty situations, you get blown out in 3 straight primetime games. And you come dangerously close to losing to Josh Dobbs and the Cardinals. That's what happens. They're 1-3, and it looks awful right now. It looks like the worst offense in football. I really don't know where you go from here. Saquon coming back is not going to fix this team's problems. Andrew Thomas coming back is not going to fix this team's issues. Like, Andrew Thomas played week 1 too, and they still look terrible. It's looked really bad in New York. I don't know what you do. I don't think Danny's playing so bad that you bench him. But Brian Dable, too, is also disappointing me. He was a great coach a year ago, and now he's just, I don't know. The offense doesn't look creative like it did a year ago. He doesn't look like a clever coach. It doesn't look like these guys are playing for him anymore. Has he lost the locker room? I don't know. But it's been grimy. It's been very nasty in New York, and it's been depressing watching them in these primetime games getting destroyed. And I imagine there's going to be major changes being made this offseason. Again, we're only in week 4. They could absolutely flip the script. I doubt it, but they can most certainly flip the script. Nothing's off the table. It's only week 5. But let me know. Let me know what you guys think. I know there's a ton of Giants fans out there. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Who's the real problem? What is the issue in New York? You can say the offensive line. Is it the receivers? Is it the coaching? Is it the quarterback? Let me know. I'm curious about you guys' feedback, but that's gonna be all. I did want to give my opinion on the Giants. I know I don't talk about them too much on this channel, so I did want to put the spotlight on them because it has been, pretty rough. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Am I wrong? Am I looking at it the wrong way? Do you still have high hopes? Let me know. But yes, this has been Playoff Don with another video. I'm coming. I'm gonna keep coming, keep dropping them. I'm getting my fire back. So let's get it. Shout out to Zach Wilson, and I'm gonna be out. You guys take it easy tonight. Peace.